This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of June 14th, 2022, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Alex Brown. The Clarksville Town Council has begun the process to acquire the historic Colgate site, which once housed the state's first prison and has sat mostly empty since 2008. Council President Ryan Ramsey says the town is using eminent domain to land the property.
We did not make this decision lightly. Eminent domain is always used as the last resort, and we have exhausted all other options. If we allowed the site to continue to degrade for another decade, it would most likely require demolition. Contrary to statements about the town's intentions for the former Colgate property, the action taken by the council is the first step in preserving the buildings on the property.
The town says the process could take up to a year. Warsaw-based OrthoPediatrics says it has entered into an agreement to acquire Pega Medical, a Canadian orthopedics device manufacturer, in a mostly cash deal valued at $33 million. OrthoPediatrics says Pega focuses primarily on skeletal deformities found in pediatric populations. Carmel-based security management software company CSA 360 has closed on a $1.3 million round of seed funding. The company says it will use the funding to add sales and marketing staff and continue product development. Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand is made possible by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
IBJ Media delivers business news covering Central Indiana and the entire state. The Indianapolis Business Journal and Inside Indiana Business are now part of the same family. Look to the IBJ for in-depth coverage of Central Indiana's business community, and tap into Inside Indiana Business for stories that extend throughout Indiana. 2 resources, unlimited business insights that help you stay informed and get ahead. Learn more at ibj.com and insideindianabusiness.com.
Indiana's growing technology ecosystem is garnering attention at London Tech Week, a global summit exploring the power and growing innovation of all things tech.
The state's efforts to advance entrepreneurial efforts in the tech space were highlighted by California-based Startup Genome, a policy advisory and research organization that released its 2022 Global Startup Ecosystem Report. The Hoosier State was ranked as a global top 40 emerging ecosystem. The ranking is based on venture capital funding, affordability, and a business-friendly climate, among other factors. Indiana also placed high on several subsets, including a top 15 North American ecosystem in affordable talent and a top 20 North American ecosystem in bang for buck, which indicates how much tech funding startups are able to secure in venture capital. Indiana Secretary of Commerce Brad Chambers calls the rankings validation of the hard work of Indiana's entrepreneurs. You can learn more about the report at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The City of Muncie has received grant funding from the statewide Regional Economic Acceleration and Development Initiative. The city says the funding, which comes from the East Central Indiana Regional Partnership's $15 million allocation, will support neighborhood infrastructure improvements. The grant will fund work in the McKinley-Whiteley Live-Learn neighborhood and around Muncie Central High School. The city says when the project is complete, the school will have better connectivity to the Cardinal Greenway, and the neighborhood will see increased walkability and pedestrian safety. Michigan-based electric vehicle startup Electric Last Mile Solutions, which aimed to manufacture battery-powered delivery vans in St. Joseph County, is filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The announcement comes less than 1 year after the EV company went public at an approximately $1.4 billion valuation. South Bend Regional Chamber of Commerce CEO Jeff Ray.
Are hopeful that maybe this chapter ends, but hopefully it opens it up for someone new to come in and really be ready to go.
In December 2020, ELMS announced plans to restart a 650,000 square foot auto plant in Mishawaka to manufacture last-mile battery-powered urban delivery vans. The company said at the time it would initially launch with 140 workers, increasing staffing to 450 when it reached full production. This report is brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Visit that'sgoodhr.com for more information. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.